Maybe we can just think, today I'm going to celebrate the Gongin Buddha's birthday. So how and why we need to celebrate the Gongin Buddha's birthday? The best way to, the best way to celebrate his or her birthday, to remember his teachings, his or her advice. Because Lama Tsongkhapa said the best way to remember Buddha is to remembers my teachings. Second, why we need to celebrate his or her birthday. Generally, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are very important for us. Particularly, the Gongin Buddha is the Buddha's of compassion, right? Embodiment of the Bodhicitta. Therefore, we follow Buddha teachings. Particularly, we follow the Mahayana or Bodhisattva's path. So in order to be Mahayana practitioners, so every day we need to remember his teaching and apply on our daily life. So today is a very important day, also a very good sign, very auspicious, because we going to start one of the best of the best teaching about bodhicitta. So the timing is very nice for me. So before we start our class after few months, I will say just few words. If you ask me why we are here, right? If you ask me why we are here, I don't have an answer for you. If I ask you why you here, why you're in TBC, you must have the right answer. If you don't have the correct answer why you are in TBC, means you're not going to learn, you're not going to achieve anything. You just be seated here and just listen what I say. After finish the class, you go. You cannot get anything from the class. So today I will ask you a simple question. You answer in your mind. So why you are here? Why you are in TBC? Somebody may answer, I need happiness, in a way very correct. Somebody may answer, in my life I have so many problems. It's kind of right or kind of wrong. Somebody may answer, I'm here to learn Dharma. The answer is right. But if I ask another, question, why you want to learn? Why do you want to learn Dharma? Then somebody may answer, oh, I have a family problems, therefore I want to learn Dharma. Or I have a business problem, therefore I come here to learn Dharma. Or I'm having some financial problem, therefore I come to TBC to learn Dharma. All these answers are wrong. Right? So you answer me in your mind. Then, what Dharma is look like? What does mean dharma? This morning when I asked this question, I thought, oh, the best way to explain you what is dharma is look like. Then I found quite interesting kind of, idea about dharma. This day, almost 80% of people on the planet, we use computer, laptop, mobile, whatever. We use a lot of the digital things, right? Particularly when we buy Apple phone, Apple product, even though the person doesn't have lots of money, but still want to buy the Apple phone, Apple computer, right? So why you so interested buying Apple phone? You don't want to be show off. You don't want to show off, oh, I'm very rich, I have an Apple phone, I have an Apple watch, I have all this, right? You don't want. But you think if I buy Apple phone and computer, it won't get virus. Maybe, little virus, right? So this is what you believe. Therefore, the Dharma, whatever Dharma taught by Buddhas are look like very powerful anti-virus. Clear? Anti-virus. The anti-virus for what? Destroy, clear, or stop the virus. Am I right? So that's why you always think the Dharma taught by Buddhas, taught by Bodhisattvas, taught by my teacher, taught in books. The Dharma, the teachings are like a very powerful antivirus. Clear? Second, then why I need antivirus? I'm not a laptop, I'm not a computer. So why I need antivirus? Right? Because we are look like very powerful computer, very powerful laptop. We are. The computer have so many different functions. If you know how to use properly the computer can make so many wonderful things, also so many scary things. Like we are look like a very powerful laptop. Then, so still why? Yes, I can understand. I look like a computer. I have all the functions, but I don't have a virus. Right? It's not true. So we have all types of virus. So when you think about the virus in your laptop, some of the virus is very simple. You can delete the virus. The virus no more there, right? Some virus is quite strong, quite difficult to clear. Then you need to buy what? We need to buy antivirus, simple one. But there's some virus is so complex. No matter how many times we try, the virus won't go away. Then what we need to do? We need to buy very powerful antivirus. Then the strong, powerful virus can be removed. Clear? Likewise, in our mind, in our brain, in our heart, we possessed simple virus. For example, when you get angry, it's kind of types of virus. That's stronger, the very strong Anger can be reduced through just simply listen beautiful music, just go around. It can be reduced. It's simple worries. But there are some more complex worries we have. Very powerful, very complex, which is ignorance. So in order to eliminate, remove different types of worries, we need different types of anti-worries. Right? So that may be carries not only few months, few years, since we were born, we already have the innate worries. The worries can give you small problem, big problem, serious problem, very serious problems. Therefore, this day when you watch news all over the world, you can see there's so many fighting, killing, commit suiciding, so many bad things happen because of the worries. Right? You always need to remember, I possess all types of worries. I don't want any of these worries because it makes me very unhappy. It makes me so, giving me so many types of sufferings. Therefore, I need to buy anti-worries, which is Buddha teachings. But buying, the anti-worries is in a way very simple. You just pay for it, you can get the anti-worries. Most important one, we need to know how to install, right? We need to know how to install it. Not only just install, we need to know how to use the anti-worries, clear the particular worries. Likewise, receiving teachings, receiving advice, very simple. But knowing how to apply the teaching is very difficult. Particularly, practicing the teaching every day, every moment is very difficult because every step in our life we can face so many obstacles. Morning, you are alone in your house. You really have, you are doing meditation, meditating impermanence, on impermanence, generating bodhicitta, cultivating great compassion. Very nice. You feel so peaceful, very calm, very peaceful. You can feel the inner happiness. Very good. When you step out from your meditation room, you can see, very difficult your family. Some is very difficult. Yes, your families are very good. When you step out of your house, your HDB, you can see your neighbors. The compassion, the kindness, tolerance, no more there. That means that moment you totally forgetting applying the antidotes. Right? When you see the difficult person, when you see your enemy, instead of thinking about him or her, immediately you remember the anti-virus, which is compassion. Clear? So since today, you always need to remember all the Buddha teachings are very important anti-virus. All the negative thoughts, anger, hatred, particularly the ignorance are what? Virus. Not simple virus, very complex virus. The virus we are not only possessed for this lifetime, we possess many lifetimes in the past. We will have many lifetimes in the futures. So this lifetime is so important for us. If we able to apply the anti-virus, which is Buddha teaching, to destroy the anti-virus, minimize, destroy, eliminate. Next life, we can have a very simple virus, very easy to remove. If we don't apply Buddha teaching as a antivirus this lifetime, the next lifetime we have a more and more. Then in next life we should not have a hope to have a happy and healthy life because we accumulate more antivirus in all types of antivirus. So buying antivirus very kind of easy. If you have money, you can buy. Like today, most of you are quite free. You come to TPC to buy antivirus. No need to pay. You just pay your MRT ticket. You have kopi si, kosong, telo, come here. Simple. Very interestingly, I saw one kind of short clip. There was a group of all Indian people. They always make a joke and laugh. And then one old person asked, "Hey, what do you want? You want knowledge? You want money?" Everybody say, we want money. Because knowledge I can get freely, no need to pay anything. Right? So this is, I make sure all of you have a right answer why you do study Dharma. And make sure you have a right answer why you are studying Dharma, why you have been attending Dharma class. You must have a very clear, answer. Right? So since today, I will explain the engaging in Buddhism, the different name, Guide to Bodhisattva Way of Life, or engaging in Bodhisattva, whatever, so I will explain as much as I can. Again, explaining the teaching for me as a monk, quite easy to explain. I can understand the meaning. Also, after I explain you, many of you fully understood, right? Understood. But when you try to apply the Dharma, at the beginning, so many problems is always there. Particularly continuously practicing the Dharma is always go through a lot of challenges. When you go through a lot of challenges, difficulties, please don't be discouraged. Please don't give up. You can give up anything, everything, but not Dharma. Because the Dharma can benefit today, tomorrow, until we left this world, or also next life. The things we have, the body, all your possessions, can be benefit for you, can be used for only this lifetime. We have seen so many rich, wealthy people pass away, but we have seen they buy the more expensive coffin, give a kind of expensive farewell. When you look around the house, all the expensive things are remain there. Remember, never be, give up your practicing Dharma. Never be discouraged. Practicing Dharma, nothing. Dharma is the most important this life, next life, after next life, until I am totally free from suffering. Clear? So therefore, today is the birthday of Gongying of our Lord Shora Buddhas. First, everybody cultivate great compassion towards all living beings. And make a wish to be Buddha through practice of Buddha teaching, particularly through practice of bodhicitta. Simply think, I wish to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings, particularly to benefit my best enemy. Within having the bodhicitta, we just recite page number 4, taking refuge, bodhicitta. I go for refuge and enlighten through the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my pure practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and enlighten through the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and enlighten through the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Inspired by wisdom or compassion, during the Buddha's presence, I generate the manner of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Within these two stanzas, the first 4 lines actually is kind of essence of the Buddha teachings. The 4 line is kind of, contain all Buddha teachings, particularly also contain the Mahayana part, include the Vajrayana. If you really, when you fully understand these 4 lines, that means your Dharma knowledge is become quite advanced. For example, the first line, I. You need to recognize who you are. I. Right? Until today, we cannot. We are not able to recognize ourselves. Who you are. Where are you? How do you exist? First, the words, only one word, I. Are you your body? Are you your mind? Are you both of them? I. So in order to recognize the self and I, we need to study a little bit the middle way teachings. Then go refuge. What does mean go refuge? Most of us, physically we are healthy, mentally we are quite okay, financially we are still okay. Then why we need refuge? Why we need to take refuge? Why? Right? Answer in your mind. Therefore, look at next one. Take refuge until I am enlightened. You are not taking refuge because you are sick, you have the financial problem, family problem, weather problem. No, I need to take refuge because I was in samsara, I am in samsara. If I don't take refuge, I will be in samsara for millions of years. Take refuge means when you say I take refuge, you need to recognize, you must have a good knowledge about the triple gem, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Am I right? So for us, what does mean Buddha? Oh, Mojushiri, Avalokiteshvara, Buddha, Shakyamuni, Buddhism. Oh, we just thought, oh, these are Buddha. These are Buddhas. Are they Buddha? No. These are the just symbolic or image we make look like a Buddha. Those are not Buddha. What does mean Buddha? Two words. Tibetan say Sangye, right? Sangye, Sangye Chödan Tsol. For Sangye, Buddha, Sang means totally free from the darkness. Mean totally free from the negative thoughts, negative emotion, particularly free from the darkness of ignorance. No more ignorance. Not only that, second word, Ge. Ge means fully develop or possess all the good qualities, only the good qualities, Sangye. Refer to quality that can be three: the physical quality, the mental quality, the verbal quality, particularly the mental qualities. Sangye. Then second, dharma. What does mean dharma? Again, all the books, all the sutra, tantra are books, all the books, we thought those are dharma. No. Those are just the words of the teaching, not the teaching. For example, you just, look at the words. They're such a simple words. Dharma here referred to, there's two types. One is the verbal teachings. Second, the content of the Buddha teachings. What does mean the content of the teachings? If you have bodhicitta, mean you have the content of Buddha, the teaching of bodhicitta. When you possess, you have the great compassion. So you have the content of the teaching of great compassion. That means in order to free us from suffering, we need to cultivate the teaching, the content like a great compassion, Buddhism within our mind, that teaching. Then Sangha, what does mean Sangha? Again, you should not think all the monks and nuns, all the bhikshu and bhikkhunis are Sangha. Those are, you can, kind of Sangha who follow the Buddha teaching correctly, who, walking paths to the enlightenment. And this day, even though you look at me, I'm a Geshe, I'm the full ordained monks. Do you think every day I'm really walking on the path to enlightenment? No. So difficult. So, if you really understood, these 4 lines, stanza, include the 6 perfections, understood, or you are practicing this content in your daily life, you are the right or the correct Buddhist. Right? So, we have just generated bodhicitta. So, we will start Bodhisattva the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life. That guide. So Shantideva was born in 8th centuries. Since he composed this teaching, became the most important teaching, how to practice the Bodhisattva's path, particularly how to practice bodhicitta. For you, if you want to be, the good Mahayana practitioner, if you want to practice bodhicitta in your daily life every day, please carry this, book every day with you. This teaching is like a one medicine for 100 sickness. One medicine for 100 sickness. When you get angry, just open the chapter for passion. Your anger immediately under control. Gradually, you can eliminate your anger. Particularly when you feel, really anger, open this chapter first. First chapter, chapter 1, the benefit of bodhicitta. Your anger going to be under control. Instead of, doing all the, if you have a commitments, doing sadhana in your daily life, you must. If you don't have a commitments to do the sadhana daily life, daily, every day you just read few sentences from this book. Do you know how His Holiness Dalai Lama, his mind is totally really changed as a compassionate person? How? When he received the teaching from his teacher, Kunu Lama Tenzin Gyaltsen, since he received the teaching, he has totally changed as a compassionate being, as a Bodhisattva. And the teacher, he wasn't kind of Rinpoche or reincarnation, or first, 5th, 10th, 20th, 30s, reincarnation. No, he was a simple person, was born in Kunu, border between Tibet and India, went to Tibet, studied Buddhism, received the teaching, particularly received teaching about bodhicitta. Every day he practiced bodhicitta. Even though he used to live around the Varanasi, around the Ganges River. So many Hindus people, they believe, he was a Hindu practitioner. All the Tibetans, including His Holiness Dalai Lama, his two teachers, they respect him as a Bodhisattva. So we can have the life example like 14 Dalai Lama. He has totally changed since he received the teachings. So very often when we attend his teaching, many times he recite, quoted these verses. So for you, I'm really advising you, instead of all the recitation, chanting, prayers, in a way kind of very colorful kind of practice, please read this teaching every day. You can be changed. And also when you know the history, he was a monk in the Nalanda University, but he was looked like one of the laziest monk in the Nalanda. Totally kind of lazy monk. He has only 3 thoughts. What are they? Eating, sleeping, toilet. Only 3. His nickname was, like a kind of three thoughts monk. He eat, breakfast, lunch, of course there wasn't dinner, sleep all day, night, go toilet, come back, sleep again. He was kind of looked like very laziest person. Also, the monk, the monastery cannot, ask him to leave the monastery. He wasn't, totally against the rules and regulation. But then they got the idea, why not? We should appoint him as a teacher, give a teaching for the group of people. Then he said, yes, I'm happy to be teach, I will teach. Right? All the monks are very surprised. They were very eagerly want to see how he can give a teachings. Then here, okay, you open the books. Actually, we have hard copy. Next time we will give you. The first line is not his words. Respectfully, I prostrate myself to the Sugata, who are the enrolled with the Dharmaka. This is actually his words. Respectfully, I prostrate myself to the Sugatas, who are enrolled with the Dharmakaya, as well as their noble sons, and to all who are worthy for rentation. Simply, he prostrate to the Buddha and then Dharma and Sangha. The next one, standard number 2. Here, I shall explain how to engage in the vows of the Buddha's children, the meaning of which I have condensed in accordance with the scriptures. The vows mean, again, Bodhisattva Way of Life. Simple what he say, I will explain how to practice the Bodhisattva's path according to Buddha teachings in a very condensed way. Condense all the Buddha teaching, I will explain in a very simple way. There's nothing here that has not been explained before, and I have no skill in the art of rhetoric. Therefore, lacking any intention to benefit others, I write this in order to acquaint it to my mind. Then this is a simple what he was saying. I'm not good in writer, right? I'm not the kind of a person who really good in writing. I don't have a skill. Also, he said, I don't have a kind of really intention writing this book to benefit others. Mainly I write this in order to acquaint it to my mind. That means you see, I'm writing this book to mainly benefit myself. That means he was be so humble, saying this. The next stanza, for due to acquaintance with what is wholesome, therefore my faith may for a short while increase because of these words. If whoever, now you can say whoever these words are seen by other, equally unfortunate to myself, it may be meaningful for them. Now the saying, actually I don't have any intention, this, teaching can be benefit for others. But when I read this book, when I reflect on all the Buddha teachings, then I understood what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. Not only that, my faith, my belief, my practice, increase. Because of these words, if whoever like us, those are seen by other, equal unfortunate to myself, it may be meaningful for them. So when you did this, this teaching, exactly, it increased your belief in faith towards the Buddha, particularly his teachings. Not only that, through this teaching, you're going to understand the whole Buddha teachings. It's a kind of, very important key to open the lock and entry into the treasure of the Buddha teachings. It's very simple. It doesn't have a lot of, the visualization, the sadhana, making offering, paper offering. Don't have very simple things. This teaching can be the best teaching for us. It's best teaching for Singaporean. Because Singapore, you don't have a big space to prepare all the offerings. You don't have a lot of times to do preparations. And your mind is always, be busy. When you try to visualize, you cannot. When you visualize Buddha, all the works, the duty comes into your mind. Right? So this teaching can be the best teaching for you. The teaching can be best or not. It not depend on the teaching. It depend on you. It depend on you how to apply it. The teaching can be profound, shallow, very shallow. It depends on you. Right? If you really wish to be changed, if you really wish to be always, be happy person, read these books, apply as much as you can. Within 1 month, surely within 1 year, in a 1 year, you can be changed. You can feel, since I studied this book, since I read this book, you can feel my anger reduce, my attachment reduce, my ego reduce, my friendship with others, friendship with the family, friends, and neighbor, co-worker, is become very healthy. Right? So therefore he has said, equal in fortune to myself, it may be meaningful for them. Now, this meaning he was, this, the three stanza is mainly explain his motivation, why he wrote in this book. Also, do you know how he really composed or, wrote this text? So whole day or whole night, he was sleeping, he just lay down on the bed. He wasn't really sleep all day, all night. Nobody can sleep, right? You sleep all night, next day you're okay. If you sleep whole day, you cannot sleep nighttime. That means he just lay down on the bed, just reflecting with the teaching, thinking about bodhicitta and cultivate bodhicitta. Then he wrote, few stanza based on his own experience. He was just, writing a book, collect this verse from there, collect this verse from there, and just write. No. He just, lay down on the bed and just do a lot of meditation, a lot of reflections, a lot of contemplations. Then after them, he got an experience. Immediately, he gave a note. It's kind of what you call diary book. No. He didn't have a paper at that time. He wrote everything where? On the leaf. All kinds of, leaf or like a simple paper collect together. He left everywhere. Then, after while he was giving this teaching to the group people, slowly he just fly away. He left the monastery. He flew away. He left the monastery. Then all the Nalanda masters feel so disappointment. We really lost the important monk who is look like one of the laziest monk. Then they were really searching him. They really want to know the teaching. They need the teaching. Then somehow they met him somewhere. He said, please don't worry, you just go back to Nalanda, enter into my room. All the teaching I written on the leaf. Therefore, when they collect all the leaf, try to put in order. Therefore, when you open this book, you can see sometimes the order is little bit incorrect. It's supposed to be, earlier, it's come later. This is how it's happened. Also, when you look at the translation books, some books has more stanza, some book has a less. It's already happened in India that time. So this teaching was written by him in the 8th century. So you must feel, I'm so lucky, we are so lucky to have this teaching available in English, Chinese, Tibetan. Not only the teachings available, we have a great master available around us who can explain us the teachings. You must think I'm very fortunate. You should not think I'm very fortunate, Geshe Yonten is here. No, you must think there are so many, master, teacher who really have the experience of bodhicitta, who have the, possess the great compassion, who really realize emptiness. Just imagine how many people, what's the number of human beings this day? The number of human beings? 7 or 7.5 billion. How many people really possess the bodhicitta? How many people really have the actual great compassion? How many people really realize emptiness? How many people you can count? 10, 20, 50. You should not think all the monks who follow Mahayan teaching this are bodhisattvas. No. 100% no. You should not think all the Rinpoches, all the Geshes are bodhisattva. Realize emptiness. No. There's a very, very little number of practitioners who has bodhicitta, who realize emptiness. One is the historian is forgotten, Dalai Lama. No doubt. No doubt. So many of us receive teachings from him. So we met him many times. But when we meet him, what do we think? Many people think, oh, I'm meeting Buddha. So happy, I'm meeting Buddha. You have only these thoughts. You never think, I'm going to see the actual Bodhisattva. You never think, I wish I can be like Dalai Lama. You never think, I can be like Bodhisattva as him, right? Or you do, it's very common, you bring the mala or some kind of amulet, right? Amulets, bring with you, ask, bless the mala, bless the amulets, give me blessing. What does mean blessing? What does mean blessing? So the word blessing is so kind of popular, right? Whenever you see Rinpoche, Lama, Sifu say, bless me. Look like we are kind of full of blessing, lot of blessing. But our mind haven't changed yet. We haven't changed yet. So why then the blessing is so important? You receive blessing from, maybe more than 100, like a Lama, Rinpoche, Geshe, maybe every year you receive so many blessings. Do you feel, since I received the blessing, I have changed? Immediately you feel happy, maybe 10, 20 minutes, then no more. Because we never try to transform ourselves. We never take the blessing, the opportunity for transformation. Right? In the future, when you're going to see, like important practitioner, like a teacher, the first you make a wish to transform yourself as him or her. Then you can say, actually, I receive blessing. Right? Therefore, the first three stanza, first is the prostration to the triple gem. Then 2, 3 is explain the motivation of composing this teaching. Stanza number 4. Leisure and enrollment are very hard to find, and since they accomplish what is the meaningful humanity, if I do not take advantage of them now, how will such a perfect opportunity come about again? So this stanza, he reflect about his own life. After reflecting about his own life, then he found it's a very leisure opportunity. Particularly being a monk, of course that time he feel, I'm very fortunate to have all this good opportunity. Right? Studying Dharma, lesson teaching, about the practice, that he feels so, opportunity brings. But when he reflects the actual truth of the life, then he realizes it is what? Impermanent. Impermanent. Very hard to find. It's so difficult to have, this kind of life, particularly you, all Singaporean. If I compare, I'm not criticizing in other country, right? If I compare with other kind of people for other country, you can think you are one of the fortunate person. You are living in a very comfort zone. Everything is very, in a way, very convenience. You feel hungry, what you do? Walk on your HTV down below. You can have all kinds of food, include the supermarket. You feel so tired. Walk maybe 10, 15, 100, 200 meters. They are beautiful clean parks. When you walk around whole night around Singapore, it's very secure. Actually, nobody really harm you, except when you meet kind of a little bit mad person, is the exception. You must realize, okay, I'm very fortunate, should not make a lot of complaints. Just relax, be recognized, I'm very fortunate. I live in a very clean, very convenient place. You feel fortunate. But this kind of fortunate, kind of what you call fortunate time can remain all the time? Not sure. Right? Not sure. Likewise, the fortunate life we have right now, actually, when you think about your life, you think, yes, the problems are always there. The problem, difficulty, sickness, disease, all the things are always there because we possess this body. When we possess this body, what we need to do? We need to eat. We need to drink. We need to eat. We need to drink the food and drink sometimes become, kind of obstacle for us. Produce so many sickness and disease. When you're living in the society, particularly when you're living in the society in the 21st century, there's so many problems difficult there. Always there. The problem difficult never be disappear. You're always there. But it's up to you, the problem you can accept as a problems. The problem you can accept as a, kind of, what you call problem or fortunate. Having this problem, in a way, fortunate, you can realize how to overcome the problems. Right? It depends on how you can accept it. It can be obstacle, can be the conducive condition. If you're able to accept, realize, all the problems or difficulties are kind of, for me, it's good to have this problem, and increase your compassion, increase your patience. So there's no such as say, this is problem for everybody, right? Eating a lot of food, it can be a problem or can be good. Answer me. Eating a lot of food. Problems. For you, problems. For in other country, people who live in the poverty area, very fortunate, right? So there are no such as we can say, this is the problem. This is a kind of unfortunate. It depends on individual, right? Therefore, so you have such as whether you are very rich, whether you are very famous or not, whatever, still you can consider, I am very fortunate to have this opportunity, but very hard to find. Since they accomplish what is meaningful humanity, that means since you have the important life, human life, we must use this to benefit others. If I do not take advantage of them now, how will such a perfect opportunity come about again? These are very important advice. So according to Tibetan culture, many practitioners or even the many monks and nuns, including many lay people, they wrote these verses and wrote on the wall. When you go visit temple, someday you can see these 4 lines on the wall. Is same meaning you can see in the middle way. How will such a perfect opportunity come about again? Now you can reflect yourself. You just think about yourself within 24 hours. Within the 24 hours, how many negative action we engage in? How many positive actions we engage in for 24 hours? Just 24 hours. How many hours we sleep? Most of 8 hours. Maybe somebody sleep, maybe 12 hours. Let's say 24 hours minus 8. How many hours? 12 hours. Right? No, 8 hours minus how many hours? 16 hours. Then breakfast, lunch, dinner, cooking, washing, minus another 4 hours. Then work for your company, whatever, like 10, 12 hours. So you have a very short time for your practice. Yeah, you go up there's toilet, please. Anybody need to go toilet? You can go up. Okay. We have a very short time for practice Dharma. Very short. Let's say still, we are very lucky to have a 20 minutes for practice Dharma. Can we fully 100% focus on practice Dharma for 20 minutes? Can or cannot? Very difficult, very hard to fully focus 100% the 20 minutes totally pure dharma. Cannot. Right? Cannot. You just sit on the meditation posture, or you sit comfortably, you just, I want to practice bodhicitta. First few seconds, yes, you can bodhicitta, then your mind is going around. Going around. Right? So therefore, we practice dharma a very short time. That within a short time, we don't practice the actual dharma. Now we think about the accumulating, or the next life can be good or bad. It depends on what? Depends on your own positive karma. If you have a lot of, the complete positive karma, we can be born as a human being again. If we have a lot of, complete negative karma, next time we will be born into lower realms. Even though you are born a human being, you can have millions of problems. Now you reflect your own positive and negative karma, which is very complete, which is very incomplete. All the negative karma we been accumulated, is very complete, nothing missing, very complete. Right? Now you reflect the positive karma you've been accumulated. You have accumulated this morning, the positive karma, positive action is very incomplete. Right? And the motivation wasn't good. Yes, at the beginning your motivation is very pure, motivated by bodhicitta. But when you engage into the positive action, practice, again, so many things missing there. At the beginning, you don't have a right motivation, your practice wasn't complete. At the end, you try to dedicate the merit to benefit of sentient being. Cannot, because the merit is so tiny. Not very tiny, very incomplete. So therefore, if you compare your own positive and negative karma, do you think next life you can take another good rebirth? You calculate yourself. You don't ask your guru, you don't ask the Buddha, nobody answer you. Right answer. You can answer yourself, right? Right? So instead of believing, all the, nonsense things, just every day you make a calculate yourself. So compare these two positive and negative karma. How will such a perfect opportunity come about again? Look like it is for us, based on my experience, for me, it look like impossible to take another good rebirth. Due to your positive karma, let's say you are born as a human being again. But there's no any kind of, like a excellent teacher who can teach you how to overcome sufferings. So difficult. So therefore, we should not delay our practice. We practice the Dharma as a very urgency. It's very urgent, particularly, like my age, plus 60 or plus 67, 70, we cannot delay our practice. We should not be lazy in our practice because you don't have so many years to go, right? Even though some of you are below 50, 30, 20, we don't have a 20 years old, right? Most of over 20. We never know when we going to die. Today we are here, we are physically, mentally, we are okay. When you go on the bus, maybe there can be accident, QMRT accident. You are very lucky, no accident. When you eat your lunch, maybe there are food poison. Due to food poison, we can be die. Therefore, love is very uncertainty. Particularly this, in the 21st century is very uncertainty. Even though you try to eat healthy food, the healthy food can be turned into poison. Right? So one of my friends, he does every day kind of, gyms and exercise. Then, due to over-exercise, pass away. Therefore, it is so difficult to have this kind of life, very easy to lose. Also, it is impossible to have this kind of, perfect opportunity. So we don't waste our energy, time with the meaningless or the useless. Always try to practice Dharma. So then I repeat again here. Many of you think, how I can practice Dharma for 24 hours? How I can? I have to walk, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to meet my friends, I have to go there, I have to do this. There are so many things you have to do within one day. Am I right? Yes. Without cooking, you cannot have a good food. Without going around, you cannot buy things. That means your 24 hours is fully occupied with kind of different activities. Right? Then how you can practice Dharma for 24 hours? How I can? Right? Remember, I repeat many times, you can practice Dharma for every moment, everywhere. Every moment and everywhere. Sitting on the bus, very nice with AC, you don't feel hot. Just sit quietly. You just do meditation. Generate compassion. Generate bodhicitta. Instead of reciting mantra, just be quiet, sit comfortable on the bus, in the car, on the MRT, just look at around. For example, I often go for MRT from Lavender to the Changi airport. Then I can walk back to TVC route. And you look at around people, you don't need to look, oh, this person is beautiful, this person is very ugly, this person wear beautiful clothes, this person wear very simple clothes. No. Just look at their mind. Just look at them. No matter how expensive, clothes, watch, jewelry they have, but you can see in deep down, everybody having such as emotional problems. You can see everybody looks very unhappy. Then immediately, you just generate compassion towards them. That means while you sit in MRT, you can practice Dharma. While you are cooking, you can practice Dharma. Yes, reciting mantra is very easy. While you are cooking, you can say, cooking, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Bhadra. You can chant, very good. It doesn't change your mind. It doesn't transform you. So while you are cooking food, think where the oil come from. Thailand, Burma, Indonesia, India, China, come from very far distant. Who produced the oil? The factory, the company. Who work for the company? The billionaire, millionaire? No. Most of them come from very poor family. Not only come from poor family, they work for producing the oil for 12, 13, 14 hours. Somebody night shift, day shift. Think about the oil come from where? Remember them. Just have a great compassion. Remember their kindness. Then you add onion. Onion come from where? Again, same thing. Add the vegetable. Same thing. So while you are cooking, you can reflect them. just generate compassion. Then generate bodhicitta, right? Again, then while you're washing the plates, again you can reflect whether the soap and the detergent come from, where the water come from. For me, when I take a shower, when I open the water tap, remember the water pump, right? In Singapore, you call PB, PPB, PUB. Remember the PUB, right? Water come from where? Who clean the water? Who clean all the pipe and pumping? Not the, again, millionaire, most of them come from poor family. You look around little India, you look around Singapore, there are so many Indian, Malay, Indonesian, Pakistan, Bangladesh. They come here for what? Earn money. They're working for so many long hours, leave behind all family, wife, children, husband. Think about, due to their effort, we have a clean water, we have a 24 hours electricity. Then, when you cooking the food, you remember them, generate compassion, right? Then the food come on your table, cooking by you. Or yes, the come food on the table from the restaurant. The food on the table because the food court. Look at the food, come from where? Again, yeah, of course many people do the food offering, right? In a way, good. We must do whatever you eat and drink, you offer to the Tibetan. At the same time, please don't forget all those people who help us to the food come all the way to table, right? Then after eating food, then what happened before it come out? The digestion, digest the food. How the food digest? Of course, many of you have a better knowledge than me, right? Therefore, they're talking about the good bacteria and bad bacteria. After we eating food, the food have to digest by all the bacteria. Those are organ sentient beings. In our stomach, there's the countless bacteria. We believe those are kind of small, very tiny insect. They help us to digest food. Then go toilet. Remember who built the toilet. Remember who built the toilet seat. Remember who built the water toilets, the sewer pipe. Now I hope you can understand, yes, I can practice Dharma for every moment and everywhere. You don't need a temple. You don't need a beautiful, like a altar in your house. But many people try to have a beautiful altar in the house. They believe if I have a beautiful altar, I can accumulate a lot of merit. Yes, but you are forgetting. This is not just temple. It's for the learning, studying, and meditation place. Right? Therefore, practice Dharma everywhere, every moment. There's no difference between the age. You are very young, you are very old, you are old. Every person in every age, you can practice age, you can practice the Dharma. Just imagine that while you are cooking, you practice great compassion, bodhicitta. While you are eating, you are practicing bodhicitta, great compassion. If you are able to pass our life this way until we died, then moment of the death, we no need a power. We no need to involve monks and nuns as to do prayers. The best prayers, the best power we have been doing our whole life. Clear? So I'm really, in the past, I really, urge, requesting all of you to practice Dharma every moment, everywhere. No need to worry about the temple, No need to worry, oh, this area is very inconvenience to practice Dharma. I remember very clearly, one time Vishwanath Lama said, sitting on the toilet bowl, visualizing the Buddhas and Bodhisattva Way is very kind of inconvenience, is kind of in a way incorrect. But sitting on the toilet bowl, generating bodhicitta is very kind of, in a way, in the right way, it's okay, right? It's very okay. You can practice bodhicitta sitting on the toilet bowl. Right? You remember this one. Then next, not only, difficult to find our life, easy to lose, but just as a flash of the lighting on a dark cloud night, for an instant brightly illuminates all. Likewise, in this world, through the medium of Buddha, wholesome thoughts rarely, briefly appears. As analogy, flash lighting is like our daily, the positive thoughts. On the dark clouds, in the sky there's very heavy clouds. Instant bright light illuminates all. Likewise, this world, through the medium of the Buddha, wholesome thoughts rarely and briefly appear. So when you reflect on this analogy, on the dark cloud nights, that means you are in somewhere, when you look at up, such as thick and dark clouds. There's no any kind of light around you. No lighting. Likewise, when you reflect in our daily life, for almost 24 hours, the negative thoughts, the negative actions look like very thick clouds in our mind. It's always there. But it's so difficult to have a positive thoughts. The positive thought is the short moment of the light appeared in the dark cloud nights. The lighting, have you seen, the lighting in the sky remain for 10 hours? Cannot finish. Exactly as an ordinary being like us. Okay, us. Positive thoughts come shortly, and no more. It's very rare. It's very brief because of the negative thoughts and negative actions. So the positive thoughts, the wholesome action will appear because of the Buddhas, the material of Buddha. Wholesome thoughts rarely and briefly appear, is very rare. That moment is very brief. Now, for example, this moment, how many million people live in Singapore? 5 to 6 million. And this moment, almost 5 millions or more than 5 million people are just been busy around. Don't have wholesome thoughts. Don't have positive actions. Just wasting their energy and time without having any positive thoughts. This moment, how many people has a pure positive thoughts this moment in Singapore? Very small number. Even though in TBC, we have a good number of students, how many you have such as pure thoughts? Maybe few of you have. Therefore, so difficult to have the pure, complete, positive thoughts. The thoughts come only briefly, just short moment. Right? Short moment. Wholesome thoughts rarely and briefly appears. That means first, number 4 is explained as it's so rare and difficult to have this human life, easy to lose. It is so difficult to have because we don't have enough kind of positive action to possess another human life. This opportunity never come again and again. The stanza number 5, explaining why the positive thought is so rare. The negative thoughts, the negative action is like a thick clouds in the sky. The positive thoughts is come very rarely, briefly. Therefore, the positive action we have is very weak, very little. The negative thoughts, the negative action we have is kind of thick clouds around us. It's always with us. Number 6, hence virtues is perpetually feeble. The great stand of the immorality being extremely intense, and except for fully awakening mind, by what other virtues will it be overcome? Look at now, the virtues is perpetually very feeble. That means our positive karma we have, the amount is very little. Right? Amount is very little, but it's very weak. Like a fable, perpetually fable. Then the negative karmas, the negative action, immorality are like a great stand, extremely intense. That means we have positive karma, we have negative karma. The positive karma is very fragile, very weak. All the negative karma we have is very powerful, very strength, as a kind of extremely intense. Then what happened for this life? All the negative karma is so powerful, it's very complete, it's very tense. The positive karma is very rare, is very weak. Then what happened in this lifetime? What happened? Suffering. Look at that suffering. So that means if you explain your own experience, you reflect your own experience. Since we wake up, our mind is already disturbed. So while having breakfast, our mind is disturbed. Walking around, you feel very unhappiness. Almost for 24 hours, we can experience, we can say, we can tell, actually, I'm always in sufferings. Not the physical suffering, emotional. Emotionally, we have a lot of suffering, correct? Why we have all these problems? We cannot blame others. When you wake up early morning, your mind is disturbed. If you ask yourself, why am I'm disturbed? Why I am, very unhappy in the morning? Why? We never ever blame other. Always blame our own negative thoughts, negative actions, because the negative thoughts are so tense, so powerful. The negative actions are so powerful. Therefore, I am disturbed. Right? Disturbed. Then why I'm always wish to be happy? I always pray to Buddha. I will go around the temple. I go, visit all the holy site. I always pray to have a happiness. Happiness never come, but come for a short moment, finish. Why? We should not blame others again. Oh, the happiness never come because my prayer, blah blah blah. No, the happiness never come in my life particularly the ultimate happiness never come in my life because I don't have enough merit. I don't have a powerful merit protection because my happiness, the cause of my happiness is what? Is very weak. We need to realize, very weak. The cause is very weak. You should not think the result will be very great. It's never happened, right? For example, you have a seed, like mango seed. Mango seed is kind of very weak mango seeds. After you planted the seeds, you never think I can have a good mango tree. It's grow up, then maybe the tree is going to dry. No matter how you really taking care of it, the mango tree will dry. So we have our sufferings because of negative thoughts. We have all kinds of problems because of negative karma. We don't have the happiness which we always want because the cause of happiness is very, very, very weak. Actually look like we don't have actually a cause of happiness. Therefore, we don't have a happiness. We never feel happiness all the time. Have you feel, let's say 10 hours, feel happiness? And raise up your hand. Have you really feel in your life, 10 hours I feel so happy? Any experience? Really? You are just lying. Right? I'm joking. Okay. Of course somebody can feel I'm so happy for 10 hours. But you should not mix up your image and you are happy. Imagining happy and actually be happy is very different. Have you feel I'm 10 hours suffering? Yes, everybody can raise a hand, right? Everybody can say yes. So, the Buddha teaching can be benefit or not. You can try yourself. Let's say since today you practice compassion or great compassion, bodhicitta, for let's say 2 hours. I mean, for the 2 hours you feel so calm. You feel very happy. Then the force of the meditation of bodhicitta, right? The force, the energy of the compassion bodhicitta can remain with you another maybe 4 5 hours. You are not practicing bodhicitta, right? Still, the energy of the practicing bodhicitta is still there. You can feel happiness for quite a long time. Therefore, so here I ask a question. Do you want sufferings? No. Nobody wants. Even though you are not Buddhist, you are Muslim, Christian, Hindu, you are free thinker, you are against with the religions, you criticize religion, still nobody wants sufferings. This is the fact. Right? You don't want sufferings. Do you want happiness? Yes, everybody wants happiness. No doubt. So if you don't want suffering, what do you have to do? Reduce the negative karma. The negative karma is an immediate cause. Immediate cause is the negative karma. The negative karma we have because of the negative thoughts. Negative thought is the another cause. There's a negative thoughts, then there's a negative action. The negative action produces a lot of negative karmas. Right? So what we have to do, that immediately we need to reduce, control, minimize the negative karma. Right? So how we can reduce, how we can minimize the negative karma? How? The best way to, reducing your negative karma, what's the best way? Repeat, Vajrasattva practice. Visualizing Vajrasattva, recite the Vajrasattva mantra, right? In a way, good. Many people, some of you may think, do a lot of prostration. You may think, do a lot of offering mandala, do offering things, do kora, do recite. These are kind of part of the practice of reducing negative karma. It's peaceful. Even though the best way to, reducing negative karma is you're practicing Vajrasattva, sadhana. It is easy. Is it easy or difficult? It's very difficult. You need to visualize the Vajrasattva, but you need to know how to visualize. Then the proper way, descend in the nectar. It takes a long time. Not easy at all. The best way is here. Read the standard number 6. Hence virtues is perpetually feeble, the great stand of the immorality being extremely intense, and except for a fully awakening mind, by what other virtues will it be overcome? Right? That means positive action is a very feeble, perpetually feeble. All the negative thoughts, negative karma, immorality are so strong, powerful. How we can reduce them, the negative karma, except for a fully waking mind, by what other virtues will it be overcome? What Shantideva was saying? Forget any all other practice for reducing negative karma, eliminating negative karma. Practice what? Bodhicitta. Except bodhicitta. That means, look at, in order to practice bodhicitta, again, you don't need to visualize any other deity and Buddha, Bodhisattva. Simply, you just generate bodhicitta. Right? The except bodhicitta can overcome any kinds of negative karma. Therefore, and except for fully awakened mind, but what other virtues will it be overcome? Right? So since today, if you believe Buddha, if you believe Shantideva, practice when you, in order to overcome from any kinds of negative karmas, any kind of obstacle, immediately, instead of visualizing this Buddha, that Buddha, practice bodhicitta. Again, bodhicitta is one medicine for 100 illness. 100 illness. Practice bodhicitta. Practicing bodhicitta is a lot more easier than the Vajrasattva practice. Practicing bodhicitta is lot easier than the doing 100, millions of prostration, millions of recitations. But it's very simple. It's the most powerful antidote or reducing the negative karma. So also you can memorize these words and chant, as much as you can. Then do the proper generating bodhicitta, except for fully awakening mind, but what other virtues will it be overcome? Now the kind of conclusion here, right, Buddha said, so Shantideva said, all Buddhas who have contemplated for many eons have seen it to be beneficial. All Buddhas in the past, present, future, all Buddhas, who have contemplated for many eons have seen it to be benefit. That means all the Buddhas were thinking, what is the best way to benefit, sentient beings? They reflect, they think about for years of years. Finally, they realize what? Seen it to be benefit. For by it, the limitless mass of beings will quickly attain the supreme state of bliss. Simple what he's saying. All the Buddhas think about what's the best way to benefit others. What's the best way to benefit myself? Bodhicitta is the best way to benefit others, best way to benefit us. Bodhicitta is the best way to reducing negative karma, best way to accumulating merit. Right? So, practicing bodhicitta can be reduced your negative thoughts, negative karma. Through practicing bodhicitta, you can accumulate the great amounts of merit. You cannot compare with any other practice with the practice of bodhicitta. Therefore, all Buddha who have contemplated for many eons have seen it to be beneficial, for by it the limitless mass of beings will quickly attain supreme state of bliss. Therefore, if you wish to benefit all sentient beings, practice bodhicitta. If you wish to quickly attain the Buddhahood or supreme state of bliss, what? Practice bodhicitta. Right? Then those who wish to destroy the many sorrow of their conditioned existence, don't confuse the conditioned existence is a kind of samsara. In the way, other word samsara. Those who wish to destroy the many sorrows of their conditioned existence, those who wish all beings to experience a multitude of joy, and those who wish to experience much happiness should never forsake the awakening mind. Right? First, who wish to destroy many sorrows, what you need to do? You need to practice bodhicitta. Those who wish to all being to be experienced as a multitude of joy, what you have to do? Practice bodhicitta. Those who wish to experience much happiness should never forsake the awakening mind. Means, you want to destroy sorrow or suffering? Practice bodhicitta. You want to experience happiness all the time? Practice what? Bodhicitta. So practicing bodhicitta, you never ever give up, right? All the time. So how we can, in daily life, how we can practice bodhicitta? For example, last time many of us in Dharamsala during the long life offering ceremony, right? Then I'm staying there because I knew Isura is going to give Bodhisattva vows for the Taiwanese devotees. So I mainly extend my staying there because I really want to take the Bodhisattva vows from His Holiness. For us, wherever you are in Singapore, you are in Malaysia, wherever you are, you no need to go to temple. You don't have to go to temple. If there's a temple, very nice. You don't have to have, Buddha statue or Thangka in your house, in your room. If you have, which is very good. Early morning, after you wake up, take a shower or wash your face, or drink tea, coffee, just do 3-time prostration wherever you are, in your room, or dining hall, or kitchen, no matter. You do 3-time prostration, just sit there comfortably, then just remember Buddha Shakyamuni. You chant the Sangye Chonam, Sangye Chonam, I take refuge to the Triple Gem. First take refuge to the Triple Gem from your heart. You must think, since today I will rely on the Triple Gem. Since today I take Triple Gem as my refuge until I become Buddha. So how I can be Buddha? The next stanza, when you chant these last 2 lines, you just think, I'm taking Bodhisattva vows from the Buddha. If you have a Buddha statue, if you have a Thangka, you must think those are real Buddha. Every morning you take Bodhisattva vows wherever you are, even though you are in the hotel. The room where you stay, you just imagine this room is the Buddha's field. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas there. Do 3-time prostration, take refuge, and generate, take Bodhisattva vows every day. Then taking refuge, generating, taking Bodhisattva vows, you always need to remember until you sleep, until your bedtime. Then, sometimes when you have a kind of problems, certainly you take refuge to the ordinary kind of like a protector. You should not. When you feel suffering some problem, difficulties, take refuge to the triple gem. Any kind of situation you are in hospital, hospitalized, you are sick, need to take medicine, having any problem, the first thoughts you have to take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Don't run to visit the temple and monastery and center, right? Just take refuge. Then, when you have a kind of little bit anger, you are angry with someone, remember the Bodhisattva vows. Immediately cultivate bodhicitta. When you jealous someone, remember whom you have a jealousy. Remember, this morning I wish all sentient beings happy. He or she has all the good things. You should, instead of jealousy, have a rejoice. Right? So every moment when you have a negative thoughts, remember the bodhicitta. Remember has taken the Bodhisattva vows. Practice bodhicitta. That means no jealousy, no anger, no hatred. Right? So that means how you can, actually practice bodhicitta for 24 hours. So therefore, every morning you must take Bodhisattva vows in front of the Buddha. The Bodhisattva vows not necessarily have to take has to take in front of the gurus, Lama, Rinpoche. It's 100% okay. You can take Bodhisattva vows from the Buddha, in front of the Buddha statue, painting. That time you must think, these are the real Buddha. Right? Then you can, whatever you engage into practice, remember the bodhicitta is always there, like a, kind of heart or pillar of your daily practice. Before you recite mantra, again, generate bodhicitta. Recite the mantra within the generating bodhicitta. There's no more bodhicitta. If you recite only mantra, yes, you can accumulate merit, but the practice never be transformed as a Mahayana practice. No matter how much money you spend for offering lights and flowers, incense, if you don't have a bodhicitta, all the offering can be just become simple accumulating merit. It never be transformed into Mahayana practice. Therefore, since today, some of you always practice bodhicitta is very good, very much efficient. Who are kind of haven't practiced everyday bodhicitta. Since today, the bodhicitta is kind of heart for your life. All the other practice can be like branches, right? Therefore, never ever forget practicing bodhicitta. Any of the occasion you practice dharma, that means bodhicitta is always there. Right? Okay, so now it's 11:42, so we can have a time for Q&A. I thought it's important to have a time for question and answer, because somebody has a very strange thoughts. Somebody call office, it's okay, I can recite, more than what I supposed to recite a mantra. Somebody have a commitment to recite 100 times. It's okay to recite more than 100 times. Because people have a different thoughts. Sometimes the question is very strange, what I feel. If you have any question related to the Dharma or your daily life, please feel free to ask a question. You should not think my question is not important. Don't worry, you can ask question. Okay. No question, right? That means I'm so happy everybody.
Generating compassion, I don't know, it's not,
Yeah, no, don't
it's
worry,
not
please.
that difficult. Because example, like you see someone and then somehow you know in the background this person may have some fear or maybe they have some lack, so you may generate that compassion, but this person is very irritating, very selfish, so you may raise that compassion that you see this person, you want to help, but because of their own actions, you actually avoid. You stand aside and not doing anything. Is it okay?
Okay, this one, I think all of you, in the past also I request to memorize the stanza of the mind training. Also when I go in my morning, evening walking, I chant and try to practice the 8 verses mind of the one mind training. Yes, it's, in a way it's very difficult. You really generating compassion towards them. Yeah, I have seen some of my friends very selfish, egoistic, very ignorant. If your mind is not so stable about practicing, generating bodhicitta, great compassion, you must generate love and compassion bodhicitta. But you should not remember the actual person. Remember his or her the negative thoughts. Therefore, what Shantideva said, we should not criticize the person. We criticize their negative thoughts. So we need to make a separate. The person is very nice, but actually you think it's not nice, right? Very difficult person. If you are able to separate, make a separate, the person is very nice, but he been so difficult, so annoying, so disturbed because of the negative thoughts. You need to make a separate. Still, you're not able to stand with him or her, but in deep down, you should not give up practicing bodhicitta, love and compassion. You must still keep in your heart. When the people, still you can feel disturbed. These kind of, the events, you can take more like a opportunity to reflect your own negative thoughts. Sometimes we thought I'm very, good person. I never disturb others. There are so many people, they never realize themselves. Actually, they disturb for so many people, but they feel I'm good. I never disturb anybody. Therefore, when you see someone is a very difficult person, you reflect your own, our own negative thoughts. My anger, my jealousy, my ego, they really, disturb others. You can have two benefits. One, you can generate more. Second, you can reflect your own negative thoughts. It can be very useful. There's somebody asked a question, in the past. I think it's very true. For example, we always say, you just generated bodhicitta. What does mean generating bodhicitta? I mean, I wish to be Buddha to benefit from sentient being, right? In front of us, somebody has a lot of sufferings, financial suffering, health suffering, all things. When we really think, can I able to help this person financially? We cannot. Then immediately I wish to be Buddha to free this person from suffering. Now you can see the gap. Right now the person is sick, he or she needs medicine. The other person is hungry, he or she needs food. The person having financial problems, he needs money. But from us, we know, I cannot do that. I cannot help anymore. I cannot help. Then immediately, I wish to be Buddha. That means you are, for the moment, for the short time, you are totally look like kind of ignoring, ignoring their suffering, right? Oh, wish to be Buddha. Then there's a gap. But don't forget, yes, the person needs a food. In this moment, I don't have a really food I can share with the person. But you really think, I wish I can share food. This thought must be there. But for the long-term benefit, I wish to be Buddha. You should not forget the short-term benefit. You should think, I wish I can short-term benefit for them. But this moment is so difficult, but still you must have a love and compassion towards them, then wish to be Buddha, to benefit or benefit for the long time. This is I can see, also even though myself, let's see the problem. Two things happened for me after I came to Singapore. Funny story. It's not funny, it's common. I was in the Terminal 4, and I pressed the button to go down. The lift, right? I pressed the lift, which go down. I entered, someone entered too. Then I closed the door, the lift goes down. The person gets so angry, the person is supposed going up. I think he need to go for the departure area. Instead of going to departure, to go to the basement. He gets so angry, he's very backward. The backward, usually when people get angry, you know what they use. I get angry. My thought is so quick. I really want to punch the person. It's his mistake. I pressed the button, go down. Of course the lift go down. Then remember, oh, there's a lot of CC camera. I stop. Get out from the lift. Then I said, you go up. I came out there. Then I thought, no. He doesn't understand. I pressed the button which go down. He thought after I enter in the lift, he thought I pressed the button go down. Of course he get angry. Then I feel, okay, it's my mistake. Number one. Number two is my mistake. Yesterday I was in the Tekka Center food court. I need to go to toilet. My friend, the Ladakhi, goes, oh, Geshe, I think you have to pay. He opened his wallet, he has only 5 cents. I just bring the 5 cents, I went to toilet. They say, hey, you have to pay. Then I say, only 5 cents. Cannot go, cannot. Then I didn't remember I have a cash. I then said, I have only card. He said, you go MRT station, go MRT station. I get very angry. It's my mistake, right? It's my mistake. I'm angry with him. I didn't know first it's my mistake. Then I thought, of course, this is wrong, I have to pay. If I don't have money, I must say I will bring next time. And I lost my temper there. Also, I thought, oh, I want to punch this man. Then somehow I have a $5. I gave $5. He gave me the small one. I went to toilet. Why I went to toilet? I remember, oh, it was my mistake. So we need to remember immediately our own mistake. Then the negative thoughts never arise continuously. But so we thought we are very smart. We thought we are very intelligent. I have never did mistake. Actually, we've been doing lots of mistakes. Most of problem is due to our own mistake. Right? Therefore, what I'm trying to supposed to tell you, when any kind of thought, negative thought arises, reflect, is my problem or their problem? Is maybe both problems. Mostly you can realize 100% is my problems. Then the anger or whatever can be under control. Otherwise, this thought you can bring for many hours. Right?
My question is, this person, you may be helping very, all the time, encouraging this and that. But after a while, you really see they do have the negative side, okay? And you know that the more you help, you'll be taken advantage, yeah? So there is no doubt compassion is still there. It's always in the mind. If one day this person would come ask for your help, no doubt, will share help. But my question is, if you see that this person got all this, do you really still want to go on and on and on, or actually you stand aside?
Okay, this is a very, I think, similar problem we have when you go to India, when you go to the pilgrimage site. You can always see the lot of beggar who asking money. So when you really properly check for the beggar, the beggar taking a lot of advantage from us. All the money they kind of use in the wrong way. And somebody asked, thought, should I give the money or not? No, right? So here I think we have two options. Option number one, the simple one, instead of generating the hatred or anger towards the person, we just stop to realizing oh, this person always ask money, continuously ask money. Then you think, oh, in the future I lost my temper, or in a way the person is taking advantage, means is not good for him or herself. They also accumulating negative karma. You can stop, giving money or continue supporting them, but you should not lose your love and compassion. It's better to stop. Number one. Number two, for me, it's not good to say always my experience. This one, according to the Vinaya Sutra, we have a very clear rules about who belongs the things. For example, is again you can see right here. When you offer something to someone, is extra kind of explanation. When you give something to someone, since you give it to someone, since you offer it to the Buddha, the things are no more belongs to you. Clear? Now you can see all the lamps. When you come, you talk, oh, this is my lamp, this is my oil, all of this is mine. You're not really purely cut the attachment, the things in you. Right? Since you are giving from your heart, the person take advantage, the person throw the money away, the person use the money for buying alcohol. You might think it is not of my business, because it's no more my money. Right? So related to the love offering, sometimes I feel very strange. This one, how much does cost? How many cents? Right? Somebody asking offer the lotus candlelight, but that in their demand is write my name in a sticker. So I went few times buying the tape, right? Tape is quite expensive. So asking offer the light, also asking, must stick the name. Sticking name also costs a lot of money. Then why we need to write the name? An answer? You have an answer? Why we need to write the name on the flowers or the light? Why we need to write? Why you ask write your name? Why? Answer me. Huh? Offering to the Buddha. Don't you think Buddha don't know who offered the light? Don't you think Buddha doesn't know who offered the flower, the fruits? These are kind of, of culture, number one. Number two, when you offer the light, you want to offer the light more closer to Buddha's statue. Buddha. Even though there is no space, you really, pushing here and there, you want to offer the light very closer to Buddha. Why?
You're connected.
I'm connected. And this is very good because you thought if I follow the light more closer, I can have a more benefit. This is not the case. No matter where you offer the light, no matter where you put the flowers, still you're offering to the Buddha. Buddha is everywhere. The naming is, I feel very strange, but it's our culture is still acceptable.
Geshe lah,
Huh?
sometimes the volunteer needs to go to show those that cannot come with you, please they offer.
Huh? Okay, this is the case I already thought about. We may have just one list, one A4 size, maybe 50 or 600 name. You just send a copy. Take the name. I don't think people are very happy. Yes. Because last time I was here, someone intern TBC, she looking around, go up, come there, I said, what? My name is not there. There's no my name. Because there's so many names, she confused. Then I asked, what is your name? The person said, my name is this. Then I went with her. Luckily, I found her name there. Yeah, my name is there. Again, another problem. Is the only my name this one? Maybe there's a, let's say, Mr. Lee, Mr. Wong, maybe there are hundreds of Wong. Right? How I know this is my name? So somehow you want to practice Dharma, when you offer things from your heart, don't worry this thing. So you give it to them, it no more belongs to you. They can throw away, they can misuse, don't worry. If you still worry means your money is still attached to your money is still attached to the offering things. When you offer, please offer with a non-attachment. Okay, so today we stop class here. So it will continues. I give you one, I request you, please, before you come to TBC next Saturday, please read, until finish the chapter 1. So after every day you read, even though you don't remember the words, still you remember the meaning, still you remember how to practice it, okay? Please use this book as your kind of homework books, okay? At the end, we do dedication. In order to dedicate the merit, we need to remember how much, amount of merit we have accumulated. Therefore, beginning of our class, I ask you to generate the pure motivation. Second, I ask you to continuously remember the pure motivation, study Dharma. Therefore, during this morning class, we have accumulated the great amounts of merits. All the merit we have accumulated this morning. First, we dedicate ourselves able to practice the pure Dharma to achieving Buddhahood, to benefit all sentient beings. Second, we dedicate all the merit to benefit all sentient beings without exceptions, particularly your relatives, friends and family. Third, we dedicate the merit to live long like all the lineage gurus in different traditions, particularly His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Last, we dedicate the merit to flourish the Buddha teaching in 10 directions to benefit all kinds of people. Jamba Baya Jeda Gemba Gundo Zambo Deyan Dejen Deda Gunye Jesu Da Lojen Gewa Dita Damje Rabdu Tuzu Shebe Gewa Damje Yenwa Kanla Chodo Ngaba Dage Gewe Zawan Degun Zambo Juje Rabdu Wargi. Okay, thank you for attending the class. Have a happy weekend. Thank you. Thank you.